What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. During these weird times, it's been really fun for me to support your local businesses. That's why today this episode is sponsored by Smoothie King. Smoothie King is one of the best places in town to get a smoothie. You just wrapped up a good workout and you want something in your body that can get you some protein and give you a good flavor. That's why you should go to Smoothie King. And you can visit Smoothie King at one of their 4 locations at Maywood Mart, County Line Road, Renaissance, and Lakeland Drive. Also, be sure to hit them up on $5 Friday, which means that most of their smoothies are only $5 and you can get any size smoothie for $5. We are also sponsored by the Rogue of Jackson. The Rogue is your best choice for men's clothing in Mississippi. Guys, prom season is not too far away from now. You need a suit? Go to the Rogue. The Rogue is the best choice for men's clothing. They got great lines like Peter Millar, Duckhead, AG, and many others. Also, the Egg Bowl is coming up in a couple weeks. They're also known for great collegiate items for Ole Miss and Mississippi State. So when game day comes around, you need to be looking fresh. That's why you go to the Rogue and pick and look at their great selection of polo shirts, vests, whatever else you need. So come shop at the Rogue, or you can visit them online and their social media pages. My guests today are 2 very good friends of mine. I've known them for a long time. They love to talk football and sports and everything in between. They've been trying to get on the podcast for a while, so today's the day that I brought them on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jack Varner and Hudson Bridges. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Good. How about you?
Make sure you're close enough to the mic. I'm doing good. Spread looking good today for everybody?
Looking great.
So that's one thing that I got a lot of buddies that are really into it, and I have yet to get into it. So give me some insight. What's the best places to bet at and stuff like that.
Dude, let me tell you something. These betting websites, the domains they use it because they can't use USA.
Right.
It's .ag. I looked that up. It's like Antigua.
Yeah.
It's Barbados or something.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's some sketchy stuff, man. Seriously.
It's sketch, but like if you need a good website to use, the sketchy ones are always the go-to. It's like the movie websites, that are like everything's
those
in Russian,
yeah.
but
No,
it's still English picture.
Yeah, I remember those back in elementary school. You would use those 1, 2, 3 movie websites, and do stuff like that. And do y'all have a bookie? Y'all not do that?
No, I do.
Jack does.
Yeah.
Jack's got one. I don't. But I honestly I need to get on one because I've been really doing good the past 2 weeks.
I've heard that you got to make sure that you pay them. You pay your bookie because if you don't, then it may be like some loan shark stuff, and they'll end up wanting to kill you.
They
and stuff.
find you
It can get bad. So how much what's the most amount that any of you have ever won from in a single day from using those websites?
Probably about $60. Back when the NBA was still swinging, I was going heavy on those.
And that's a really
the bubble games were good to bet on.
I always bet on the Suns.
The thing, I'm better betting on
Suns
football games than I am basketball games because
Yeah,
basketball games are so unpredictable.
I think
those are the worst.
Actually. It's a longer season.
I don't know.
So
well, they're talking about they're talking about picking up starting the NBA sooner than later.
I saw that.
LeBron said no, so they're not going to do it. If
LeBron runs the NBA nowadays.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, those bubble games I watched. I'm not that big into basketball, but when it comes around finals time, I like to watch the finals. Those games had me thinking, especially when it came to the finals and Heat, and they were hanging with the Lakers for a minute, and I was actually glad to see that LeBron came out and won and got the win, and hopefully because a big debate that probably is going to be too long to talk about right now is the debate between MJ and Jordan. I know there's a lot of I know me and 2 of my friends get into a really big debate about that, and it causes fights and arguments. But I'm still a Jordan guy.
I'm a LeBron guy
guy,
myself.
yeah.
But
Oh, really?
But the thing
Oh,
is,
wait.
is
No,
that-
It's the 21st century.
yeah, I am a
yeah,
LeBron
is
guy.
that I never got to watch Jordan, so I probably didn't get to appreciate. Like,
See, that's
very
how.
true, very
See,
being
yeah.
able to like see him dominate and like with my own eyes, I feel like I would have. A
Yeah,
better
that's what,
appreciation for how good he was.
Yeah, that's what all like my dad and all of his friends would say. They all would say that Jordan is better because they grew up watching him. Like, it's like how we grew up watching LeBron. So I think I have to wait until because I hope that LeBron can get as many titles as Jordan can by the time he retires.
I think if he gets, I think if he gets to 5, then I think the people start leaning more towards LeBron. But the thing is that LeBron was like, he was the kid that came out of high school, went number 1 overall. Like, nobody liked him.
Hashtag the kid from Akron.
He literally has that
He's got a
tattoo.
funny
He has it
Instagram.
tattooed on his body. Like,
he has that
His
tattooed on
hashtags
him.
are great.
oh yeah, like it's like really big somewhere on his body. Or no, maybe it's not Kid from Akron. Is it Chosen One or?
Oh no, I thought it was Chosen One because I know
Is
that
it
I
somewhere
know
on
I know
his
that
Illustrated
was his
cover, wasn't it?
I know that was his name as he was coming up was the Chosen One. So that may have been it. Did you guys watch the Rebs yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Love watching the road.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to
It
think
doesn't
that
make me feel terrible at all.
Elijah Moore might be the best player in the SEC. Honestly.
No, I said that I said this
He's
yesterday.
Really good.
I said that he is the best receiver in the SEC, maybe even in the country, because he went from having 2 catches against Auburn. He had 2 catches against Auburn, and now he had, I don't even know how many he had yesterday, but he had 3 touchdowns. So I know he probably had a lot of catches. But yeah,
But do you think he's better than Jalen Waddle? Honestly,
yes.
you really think he's
I
better
do.
than Jalen Waddle?
Waddle House.
Well, if you, I don't know.
He's good.
Jalen Waddle is really good.
As of right now,
Yeah,
So is Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith had like 3
Yeah.
or 4 touchdowns.
As of
Elijah
right-
Moore going to the draft?
Uh,
You don't
he
think he's
should-
going to declare?
what year?
He
What
should.
is he a
I
junior?
think he's a junior.
I don't know.
He should. I mean, he's-
Regardless, he should. He's having a
Um,
great year.
Y'all think Trevor Lawrence will go?
Yeah.
Knowing that
I
the
think
Jets
he'll
are
leave
probably
for
going to
sure.
get first round, they're going to get first overall pick, and that means that Trevor Lawrence will most likely go to the Jets.
You know, if I were the Jets, I would either do one of 2 things. I would trade Darnold at the trade deadline and just get what you can for him, which probably
Yeah.
isn't
A
much
third or
considering
fourth, maybe.
at best. Or
Yeah.
you wait, you tank the rest of the season out, and you trade the number 1 pick because teams are going to want to trade multiple first-round
just run it
picks,
with Darnold?
multiple second-round picks, multiple third-round picks. A player like Trevor, people say Trevor Lawrence is the best thing since Andrew Luck.
But you're going to run it with Darnold? Like, you're just going to – that's your organization now? Your guy?
I mean, 2 years ago you picked him over second overall.
I'm still not a believer in. No, it was third. He was third.
Well,
overall.
I'm a believer in him if he can get some players around him. If he gets players around him, then I think we can really see his full potential.
and a good
Yeah.
coaching staff.
Adam Gase is
Adam
just
Good
Gase.
Lord.
Adam-
I want.
Adam Gase
no,
is
I tweeted after the first game. I went to Twitter and I said, I'm starting a petition to get Adam Gase out of New York. I mean, it's a disappointment, honestly. I mean, every year.
Are you a New York Jets fan?
Sadly, yes.
I'm so sorry.
I know it.
Why do you do these things to yourself?
Well, I grew up. My dad was a big Jets fan when he was younger, and when I was growing up, he was just like, "You're gonna be a Jets fan, you're not." And there was a couple years when I actually enjoyed 2009, 2010 when we went AFC Championship back to back with Mark Sanchez as the leading quarterback. Big Sanchez,
man.
I love him.
Big dog.
And then
Coach.
Rex Ryan.
Yeah, Rex Ryan.
That motherfucker.
And now he's on we'll cut that out. See, we just keep the audio going and or maybe we can like turn the volume down. Yeah, we'll make sure to do that. What were we talking about?
Wait, so while we're at break right now, can I just go ahead and
Talking about Rex Ryan.
Can I go ahead and say the F word?
Yeah.
I had
I had to make sure to get that out.
My jitters are out. Like I just had to give
Yeah.
slip one.
Can that be
out.
the intro?
What? Fuck. Yeah, that'll be the intro. Yeah, it's always been a big disappointment, being a Jets fan, especially when all your friends are Saints fans and
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're a Rams fan though, weren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Rams aren't doing too bad.
No, they're pretty good this year. The NFC West is just absolutely stacked though. It's the Cardinals, Seahawks, Rams, Niners. The worst team in that division has 4 wins. The best team in the NFC East.
The Seahawks?
No, NFC East. What division is?
Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Yeah,
The Eagles could legitimately win 5 or 6 games and I think host a playoff game.
Yeah, home field.
That's insane.
They're in a playing team with like
Now the Cowboys are they're gonna have some problems this year. Now that
They should tank.
they really should.
Running
And
with
Danucci, that's the man.
Stud City.
So right now I'm looking at the Saints and Bears. There's 2 minutes left. Saints are up 23-20.
Who's got the ball?
Bears are a solid team,
Saints
too.
do. Right now, Saints have the ball.
Where are they
Bears are solid this year.
They are good.
I was
Nick
not.
Foles plays well.
I was not.
BDN.
I said that. I was the one who said that Nick Foles was a one-hit wonder, but obviously I was wrong. He's done really well. Now that what's his name?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, now that he's out and now that Nick Foles is in, former Super Bowl, won Super Bowl, and now he's doing really good things in Chicago, and I'm happy for him. And
He had a bad game last week. He had 3 picks.
Yeah, I watched that game. That was against your Rams. Against your Rams.
That game won me I think $28 or something. We do a 10-team, where we do a 13-team parlay every week.
So
It's a couple dudes in our grade, couple dudes in the grade below us, and we all just pick, and whoever gets the most
It's like
wins a
23
pot.
guys.
So that's fantasy football going for everybody. Mine is.
It's all right.
Mine's not doing. I mean, I'm 4-3 right now. I have weeks where I have players that play really well, and then I have players that just don't do anything. Like I drafted Josh Allen as my quarterback,
Same.
and he was one of the best quarterbacks in fantasy at the beginning of the
MVP
year.
candidate.
He was really good at the beginning. But he would have 25 to 27 point games almost every week, and now for the past 2 to 3 weeks he's been
Garbage.
he's been
I'm
having
about to have to start picking up QBs.
Mm-hmm.
well, Carson Wentz for the longest time was available on waivers in my league, and somebody actually finally picked him up.
Who are the available quarterbacks for you in your league?
Well, right now my
Started
two
Teddy Bridgewater in one league, and he
right now my two quarterbacks
Did not
are Josh Allen and Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben's actually been pretty solid.
Yeah.
Big Ben has had a pretty good year, honestly. He'll probably win what is it, comeback player of the year?
Oh yeah. I can see
After
that.
you miss a
Yeah.
full season and you come
Ryan
back.
Tannehill got that last year.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill did. I
Yeah.
bet
Ryan Tannehill.
there are going to be a bunch of really good candidates for it next year, considering, that'll be Saquon, Nick Bosa. Who else got hurt?
C-Mac.
McCaffrey.
Odell.
OBJ. They're going to be
I drafted McCaffrey first overall.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
They're saying that
He'll be back, though.
they keep saying that he's going to come back, but
He'll save your season.
No, he was
trust
supposed to come back this week, but since they played on a Thursday,
yeah, they're going to wait and probably let him heal, and then he'll come back this coming up week, which is good because my running back core isn't bad. I mean, I have Melvin Gordon and DeAndre Swift, but he has not been doing much. DeAndre Swift has not been doing much. I picked up Ronald Jones too.
he was available.
Ronald Jones is available.
Yeah, in my league he was.
Wow. He's like the 9th running back or something? for
Yeah.
me?
He's playing really well.
Or in our league right now, I think he is.
Because now that Fournette's been hurt, and they moved him, they put him in, and he's been doing really well. So I picked him up. Calvin Ridley's my first wide receiver.
Man, Calvin Ridley's been balling this year.
Yeah, and
He's been playing really
he
good.
got hurt.
They had a bad week this week.
Yeah, he got hurt. He was out for.
He did. He went out very early in the game, and he didn't
They had
return.
him on a stretcher.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it didn't
that's
look
that's
good. That's why
never-
Julio had such a good game. I think he had 7 receptions for
Yeah, a ton of
137
targets.
yards.
That's
But of course, he doesn't score a touchdown.
See, I'm looking at his game log, Calvin Ridley's, and it's, 33, 29, 16, 21, 18, 19, and then he had 7 last week. But, he was my second pick, I think. I drafted him second, and everyone was, questioning me, why are you picking him up so early? He he's a receiver, but like who are y'all's first picks?
Zeke.
Zeke.
He's not playing well now.
No, he's not.
My first pick was Devontae Adams.
That's a solid pick.
I
Traded
traded Devontae Adams to Jack, and it was, I mean, essentially what it
week
was.
one.
Essentially what it was a DK Metcalf for Devontae Adams swap, which, to be completely honest, has worked out very well for both of us because it keeps my team steady and not on the downside of things, and
Yeah.
puts his team in contention to win.
DK's been doing really good.
Oh yeah, DK tonight.
Yeah,
with 4 minutes left in the game, 12 receptions, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has 47 points for me.
That and
Seahawks came
see,
through.
last year when they were rookies, I was really hoping that DK was going to get Rookie of the Year, because last year some people said that AJ was better than DK.
I think they're both equally as good, to be honest. I think they're both in
They're both great,
two
yeah.
really good systems because A.J. Brown is the featured receiver in that offense when he's healthy and playing.
I think
Tyler
I think
Lockett's the feature in Seattle.
Right, but
Oh,
and
man,
then once Lockett starts catching all the balls, that really opens
he
things up
had
for DK.
53 points last week.
Yeah, he had
That is
15 receptions,
unbelievable.
200 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's amazing.
And but right
Played
now,
against
so who's winning in y'all's league right now?
Sims.
Oh, Sims is.
Yeah.
And
Sims's team is almost too stacked to even
It's
understand how. Like his bench all those players could probably start for my team, honestly.
I don't. My bench is terrible. I mean, I picked up Robert Tonyan, the Green Bay's tight end.
Yeah.
He had one really good game where he had 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
And right after that game, I was like, "Oh man!" I picked him up, and now he's just kind of like an average tight end in fantasy. I mean, he's average. I mean, he's averaging like 10 to 15 points a game. So it's just
That's the worst when like a
Yeah.
player has a breakout game and you're like, hopefully this guy can be the last piece of the team that I need.
see like that's
And
what
then he just sucks the rest of the year.
that's what Juju's been doing for me. I have him as well.
Yeah,
Mike
Juju.
Evans
Honestly,
for
I don't know why I like ever trade or draft Juju Smith-Schuster.
I got him that one year when he was really good.
Yeah, he did have one really good year. He's top 10 receiver.
His
that year or
first
something.
game
He was
this
free
year, he had.
Or I picked him up off waivers
Mm-hmm.
We picked Juju off waivers.
like 3 years ago.
That was like
And he had a great
2018 or
Oh, yeah.
2017 when
Oh,
Jaguars Steelers. That was when Juju was a rookie.
Oh
won
yeah,
that
when
year.
they were really good.
They were really good.
The Steelers they came out of it this
They
year.
haven't lost a game this year.
Today they had a they were down. But it was like they were down by 10,
Yeah,
I think, in
17-7.
the first half, and then they came back and won. I've always liked Big Ben and the Steelers. I've always been a Big Ben guy.
I don't know why there's so many Steelers fans in Mississippi. Like, I would think there would be a lot more Titans fans. Just because
There's a lot of Cowboys
the
fans.
relative
There's
location.
Cowboys fans.
There's a lot of Cowboys fans, and
Yeah, I guess Cowboys and Steelers.
Cowboys like the Dodgers though, and
Yeah, I just don't
you
get
see
it.
fans from there everywhere.
It's kind of weird.
did y'all bet on baseball this year with the World Series?
Oh, I don't watch baseball enough to be able
No,
to
I
make
didn't.
like
Yeah.
be able to make like a rational bet on it.
I try to get into. I mean, I say that I'm a Red Sox fan because I grew up watching David Ortiz. I say that I'm a Red Sox fan, but yet I watch maybe 1 or 2 games a year. So I wouldn't say that I'm a true fan. But my dad's a huge Braves fan, and he had a big letdown this year when.
I'm sure he did. I bet he felt terrible.
Yeah, we were all watching it in here, and when Bellinger hit that home run, he was just devastated. But
Pain.
yeah, it sucks, and especially because he grew up watching the Braves like when he was younger than us. But I want to talk about some SEC football. I think
Let's do it.
LSU is just not good anymore.
I think that
down
offense
look
only
good.
works when you find a player like Burrow, and you're not going to find that very
They
often.
lost almost all their starters to the draft.
It's like
They
14,
lost,
14,
I think
I think they
14
lost 10 of
starters.
their 11 starters on defense
Yeah,
to the
That's
draft.
crazy.
and that just shows you, that how much of a true talent Burrow was, and he still is. I mean, I'm always been a big Tua guy too. I like Tua a lot more than Burrow, but
I hope Tua
I like the
does well.
Dolphins.
I hope Tua does well, but
Yeah,
I
great
really
games, yeah.
don't think I just don't think he'll be good in the NFL. He had a good game today.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be really good. The way he gets that ball out so quick.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he did have a good game today. I'll give him credit
He
for
is
that.
left-handed though.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like the left-handed thing
That
worries me. The
really
hip
stinks.
worries me just because like the mobility thing, and he's kind of like Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson was left-handed and had
I can see that. I can see
you know what I
Russell
mean?
Wilson.
Like it's like the
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's, the Russell Wilson's,
s-
the quarterbacks who can get out and run around. Like
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
I
is
worry about that
slippery.
with Tua just because injury history
Yeah,
worries anybody.
injury, yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm
He's
glad.
got
I'm
big
glad.
hips.
Even with him getting hurt, he still went fourth overall,
Fifth.
fifth,
Yeah, he was
fourth
the
or
fifth
fifth
pick.
overall. That's still pretty impressive. Even missing half your season, and still going fourth overall.
Todd Gurley missed like his whole senior year.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that injury he had was nasty. I mean, when his leg.
Yeah, it was bad.
I remember watching that game.
The reason he declined, just like his numbers declined this past year was because he got arthritis in that knee, the same one that he
Oh,
hurt
okay.
at Georgia,
Oh yeah.
and it just slowed him down so bad. You would see him run, and it would almost look like he was like limping when he ran.
Dude got arthritis.
It was awful in his knee.
Well, it looks like
But I mean, that was a pretty nasty injury, so I can understand where
It's
it
kind
came
of funny.
from. But
Out arthritis.
well, I mean, yeah, he's like not even 30 yet.
and he's already got arthritis.
You ever see that picture of Sam Darnold? It says out indefinitely, mononucleosis. And he's like pointing at the camera. That's hilarious.
Well, it looks like the Saints are going to take the win. There's 33 seconds left in the fourth, which that's good for the Saints because
That was nice.
they've always, for the past.
Repping the Saints right now.
Yeah, see, it's good looking jersey. I
Appreciate it.
I wish I
Marcus
could.
Colston.
I would. Oh
Really
man,
well.
that's
Love it.
an old one. I remember him when he used to play.
It was a beast in Madden 08.
If you want to talk about random jerseys,
Your Megatron jersey is sick.
I do have a Megatron jersey.
I have a Jeremy Shockey jersey.
That's solid.
You know,
Saints jersey.
Alex has a Tony Snell jersey. I'm not sure if
Tony
you know.
Snell.
It's his Bulls jersey.
You want to know what Tony Snell is famous for?
Going
Playing
Yeah.
like
28 minutes.
28 minutes in a game, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0. He literally
No
had
fouls.
zero.
And he
zero
played-
Dude
across
was
the
just
board.
running around out there.
And he played 28 points the whole game.
28 minutes the
Till
entire.
28 minutes, and
28
he
minutes
had,
the whole game and did nothing. Didn't shoot.
Didn't record a
get an
single
assist,
stat.
Getting nothing.
and
Just
and
running
he
around,
got
turnovers.
and he got really famous off that.
I mean,
It was
it's
just
a-
funny because everybody
famous
was
to
like,
me.
Tony Snell was just running around for 28 minutes.
Not really doing nothing.
Did absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm sure he played some defense, but like he didn't get a steal or a block. So
Are you guys keeping the wolf safe now?
yeah, we keep it in his
Touchy
cage
subject.
often.
Keeping
It
it.
gets me emotional. But,
So where did
yeah,
y'all?
He does great.
Where
Sometimes we
did-
feed him.
So where did y'all get it from?
Brian Jameson Tuning Camp.
Yes.
Oh yes, yeah, I do remember that. I remember.
Or at least that's what we tell people.
Yeah.
He actually was summoned
Oh, he
by
was.
like a
Oh,
god,
nice.
and now he's just kind of here.
Oh, okay.
Moral of the story: don't hang out with Jack.
Are you mad about what I said in the newspaper?
No.
Okay.
What'd you say in the newspaper?
They asked me for a spooky story, ghost story of some kind, maybe.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
And I have. I answered. One night I was enjoying warm Dr. Pepper and a bowl of Cheerios with Mr. Wolf and having a conversation. When I woke up the next morning, he couldn't walk or talk. Moral of the story: don't hang out with Hudson.
I bet y'all felt pretty bad when Prep stole it.
I was.
Dude, I didn't sleep that night.
I
not
didn't.
even
Yeah,
kidding.
no, I didn't sleep either. I was
That
honest.
was
I was ready to burn down the city just to find him.
Dude, I almost did.
Well,
we
especially
had like a rally speech. It was awesome.
well, especially when
I felt really bad for you, really.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
cause it was given to you.
Yes.
But yeah, those.
Should we get into that?
Yeah, let's do
Alright.
it.
So, knee was stolen. J.A. was playing MRA, not really very well. It was already kind of weird. I have Mr. Wolf over the railing. I'm carrying him. I'm watching the team on the other side of the field from where the student section is. So I'm turned. I can't really see behind me. I don't know who it was, honestly. I've heard it might have been.
I know who it was.
You know who it was?
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that when we get done.
Oh, all right.
We'll talk about that when we get done.
All right, sweet. But he was taken out of my hands, and I pulled so hard on him that I ripped the jersey or the shirt.
Oh
off.
yeah, I remember he
I
was
had my
wearing a
Tupac shirt, and I ripped it straight off them, and whoever had it ran off with the other half. Like it just slipped off, and they ran out with Mr. Wolf.
That was the last you ever saw of him.
Not the last, but I consider the thing that they brought to the game a completely different creature.
Yeah.
That is no longer Mr. Wolf.
That's the disrespect, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just part of having a fun and competitive high school rivalry.
Yeah, no, taking the other's mask on, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Things of that nature.
But I've kind of gotten over it now.
I mean, we got a new one, and
Yeah.
this one, get this, this one has 4 legs.
That's amazing.
I know.
That's
That is a
it's like
plus
2,
4
3, maybe
leg
even
upgrade
4 more
right
than
there.
the other one. Yeah, big upgrade.
Because the old one he didn't even have any legs.
No, he did not. Much easier to dress though. Now I gotta
Agreed.
like unscrew the legs and pop the shirts through them. Kind of a pain.
And that's basically like the Rowdy's mascot in a way.
You know, he's like official now. JA's making shirts with him.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they stole my hashtag. Hashtag Wolf Season from the account.
I love it. That account. That account cracks me up. Like with all the
It's beautiful.
and who
It's pretty much I run it.
you run the account
Exclusively.
but Turner makes all the
No, I make the memes and stuff. He makes the videos.
he makes the videos.
Yeah.
The glowing eyes stuff. I love the glowing eyes.
Yeah,
Well,
those
it's
are.
a secret right here to lens flare.
It's my favorite
Just make
thing
it
I
really
do.
small.
It's a small piece of how I contribute to the Rowdy account, but I do my part, and I'm happy to help. The
Well,
glowing
you-
eyes.
I love that account.
I have this link. I'm pretty sure it's just called like glowing eyes.
Yeah, if you look it up, you can find it.
And you
Not
can
difficult.
you can just attach those like laser things to
I'll
people's
put
eyes.
those laser things on my Instagram profile picture. My main one is Mr. Wolf, me holding Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf has glowing eyes, looking very spooky.
So obviously next year you guys are gonna have to pass it down to somebody.
I will. We don't really know anything.
We're
yet,
not
though.
we're not really sure yet.
We have a lot of time left, and we're gonna enjoy it.
Gonna have to make sure to choose wisely on whoever you give it to.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on if they give Mr. Wolf his schizophrenia medication or not. Because I mean, there's a schedule to that, and you should know how to take care of him. So I'm probably gonna have to train someone.
You do not want to see Mr. Wolf when he's not taking his schizophrenia medicine.
Oh, does he got it pretty bad?
He is not nice.
He hears voices.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, you should hear some of the things he says.
He can literally shapeshift, and it's not good.
And y'all kind of just like bring him everywhere you go. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I mean, I'm more kind of worried about doing stuff like that now. I don't really take him out everywhere. Like I won't to a party. I won't. Just
yeah.
'cause
I wouldn't do that either.
too many people.
Yeah, and
It's just
You never know who might
not
be out.
worth it.
like you could leave him on a couch somewhere
Yeah.
at a party, then you turn around and walk back, and then he's just gone.
The circumstances and the odds could be stacked against us.
People like to
heavily.
just grab him and walk
In
around.
certain situations, we could be very vulnerable to lose Mr. Wolf easily. So it's just better if he's somewhere
But you know, I love
in a
him.
neutral location. No one will find him.
It really is an honor to be able to watch him, be able to bring him home, put him in funny little dress things, skirts and stuff.
What's his favorite thing to wear? What's his favorite thing to wear?
No clothes at all.
That's
If
the
he
way
could
to
go
go.
everywhere.
Sounds like the
His
man to
birthday
me.
outfit, I'm sure he would. Like,
That sounds like the man to me.
I'm trying to think of my favorite outfit that I'll put on him.
I think if I had to pick one, I have this really cool shirt. It has like a cat with like Christmas clothes all over it.
I'll
And
put one on him. Friday night it was a Christmas sweater with cats, little stockings.
It's awesome. And then
Very
I would
cute.
just like maybe wear pants. I'm not sure. That'd be a game time decision, honestly. And then I just wear my moccasins.
Figure
So-
that out in the field.
Do you guys follow UFC a good bit?
Yeah.
So
Not really. I want to keep that out there.
I watch it a good bit.
I've gotten into it recently. I used to not be a big fan of it, but now
Yeah,
that
you-
I watch people just beat each other and kick each other to death,
It's
just
so
you know,
primal. I love it.
It
It kind of gives you
Two
like
dudes
a
whooping up on each other.
kind of gives you like a
Who's gonna
gladiator.
win?
It kind of gives you like a gladiator type vibe.
Yeah.
I mean,
people
like
just watch them fight.
and like the
And-
crowd and stuff. But
Dude, is that He-Man?
what?
Is that He-Man?
Uh,
Just paying these dudes a ton of money to beat the heck out of each other.
I mean, at some points it gets pretty gruesome at some points, but I think it's fine. I mean, me personally, I love watching two guys go in there and just beat the hell out of each other.
yeah, it's good.
I'm a big McGregor fan.
I like McGregor, but
I like John Cena personally.
John
yeah.
Cena.
more of a Rey Mysterio guy myself, or R-Truth. R-Truth is pretty good too.
I love
WWE versus SmackDown 2013.
I'm gonna be honest though. I'd say
Fire
probably.
name.
I'd say
Raw
probably
versus SmackDown.
the scariest UFC fighter ever is probably Kimbo Slice. I would have to say it's Kimbo
Rest
Yeah,
up.
for his weight
Who
class
love
at
you
least.
some Kimbo Slice.
What weight class was he in? I know that he was.
Like the
Yeah,
heaviest.
he
weight you
was.
could
He was in
possibly go.
heavyweight.
He was huge.
Um,
Him and what's his face? Brock Lesnar could have fought. They were in the
Brock
same weight
Lesnar.
class.
I've been waiting for the day when Brock Lesnar says that he's going to go back to the UFC, because him and Dana Cormier were supposed to fight. The fight when Cormier won, when he became the 2-division champion, Brock Lesnar came in the octagon and they started pushing each other around. That may have just been like a publicity thing, but that's something that I would have really liked to see. And Khabib, dude, he's unreal.
Yeah,
He is unreal.
His game is just so unique and like, I don't want to say unorthodox, but it's just like you don't really see a lot of fighters who his style they match. Like he wants to ground and pound.
His fight the other night.
Yeah.
You need that guy. Can't pronounce his name. Not gonna try. He just need him right in the chin and knocked him on the ground, and they started like wrapping each other up.
Yeah,
I don't watch
it's
a lot of
just-
wrestling. It's pretty weird.
That's his
enjoy
that's just his style of fighting. You know, he'll start off and then he just shoots right for the legs. And breaking news: Saints and Bears are in
That dude's
overtime.
shoulder looked like it was about to rip off.
Yeah,
Overtime.
Saints and Bears are in overtime.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was about to
wow.
say breaking news. Bears just hit a buzzer beater field goal. Single.
Wow.
Pain.
But I think Khabib is. People are saying that Khabib is the greatest of all time. I'm a big. I like John Jones. That's my guy. I think John
I like
Jones
Chipper Jones.
because he's got one loss, and that one loss is being a disqualification. So technically, I wouldn't really count that as a real loss.
What was it for? What was that disqualification for?
12-6 elbow. It's like a straight like that.
Yeah.
And apparently you're not allowed to do that, which
No, you can't do it on top of somebody's head. I don't think.
I would think that you being in a sport where you're allowed to do whatever you want to them inside the octagon.
I think you can go
Gotta
3
be
to
pretty
9.
bad if you get banned in that.
Yeah.
I think you can go 3 to 9 at the side of the face, but I don't think you can.
Well,
go
he's been through a lot of
Tough.
he's been through a lot of stuff
like 12-6, 3 to 9.
recently. He loved to. He said in a press conference, he was like, "I beat you after a weekend of cocaine." It was talking to Daniel Cormier. I mean, he used to be like the Dennis Rodman of the UFC. I mean, he partied all the time and all that stuff. Is it that I'm thinking of Dennis Rodman?
Oh yeah, you're definitely thinking.
Yeah.
Rodman.
Okay, I was just
Hang
making
out in
sure.
North Korea.
I don't
Chop
think
it up with Kim Jong Un.
Yeah,
ditch practice and go to Vegas.
Rodman's killing it. Still is.
Man.
Did y'all watch The Last Dance?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Sometimes it can be hard to understand him now. But
Dennis.
yeah, it can be really hard to understand. But that was really good. I haven't finished it yet, but for the most part,
Can
I'm
I
on.
drop a spoiler?
Sure, I don't know if I'll ever get around it, but
Jay hits a really good shot in the '96 finals.
I'm pretty sure I'm sure.
It's not like I'm actually, it came from like 30 years ago. Can't really spoil that.
Oh, he had a killer shot in the.
If everyone in Utah was still awake, they would have probably been really mad.
I would hate to be.
Definitely all
I would
sold
hate
out,
to.
yes.
I would hate to be on the Pistons back then. They were.
I'd rather be on that team than go against them
The Pistons were.
in the late '80s, early '90s.
The Pistons were just.
Joey Buechler.
Yeah, it'd just be better.
Get paid
to
for
just,
running around,
yeah, it would just be better to be a part of them.
not really doing nothing.
Well, they were such a physical team. I mean, Robin was on that team for a little bit, and they would just be fighting everybody, and just, pushing people around, and like
The rules were so different though now.
you don't see that. Yeah, you don't see a lot of that stuff in basketball nowadays, especially.
I think it's better for it.
The referees are so bad.
The game is faster.
The game definitely is moving a lot faster.
More threes, a lot of threes.
Well, clearly though, 3 ball like Daryl Morey did, ended up not working. Having your center be a 6'5" dude throwing P.J. Tucker down there and just shooting threes all day. Failed. He got fired.
Yeah.
And D'Antoni.
I think they should trade
He was now an
Westbrook.
assistant for Steve Nash. That's crazy.
They could trade Westbrook to a really bad team and get their first round pick.
Maybe.
What
They need a young player.
what NBA team?
Westbrook
What
to the
NBA team do y'all watch?
I
Y'all
don't know,
watch?
Suns, man. I love them.
I've been a Nets fan for a while, which is
You used to be a Hornets fan.
I did. I used to be
Hornets.
one, and then I was just like, I can't do this
Switched.
anymore. Can't do it anymore.
I've,
That was from like I don't even remember what age I was when I
Sixth
picked
grade,
them.
maybe.
Like so young, but
Yeah.
when the Nets signed Kyrie and Katie, I was freaking out because
We were golfing that day. I remember
Yeah.
that. I was just the whole time. I could barely even golf because I just sit on my phone checking all the free agency notifications.
I'm a Rockets fan. I love James Harden. But-
he's unstoppable because he can do whatever he wants to. He
So,
can-
do you think that they were right to give Giannis MVP?
Yeah. I think in terms of a regular season award, he deserves it.
absolutely, yeah. The MVP is a regular season award. It says over the 82 games who's the best player. Giannis was not only one of the best offensive players in the league.
His team, too.
Oh,
his
yeah,
team,
he
his
is.
team,
Number one
his
team in
team had
Yeah, like-
the number one defense,
Yeah.
and he was the
Brook
defensive
Lopez
player of
was
the
a-
year.
I think he's all NBA second team defense.
Yeah, defense.
Yeah.
Who
Who would have known?
he's a really good player, but the only problem is that today's NBA is like all GMs and coaches have this thing kind of in their brain and still that if you can't shoot threes and run up and down the floor, then you can't win. So it's like a player of his value kind of decreases.
I think the center's coming back.
I hope it.
Well,
does.
I try to keep up with basketball as much, but there's a game going on at least every single night. Before COVID and all that stuff was going on, there was just so many games, and usually I'll turn it on when the finals start. That's usually when I'll turn it on and I'll start watching, because the finals is one of my favorite things to watch. Especially this year was really a really good year to watch, especially if you are a person who's not really that into basketball and you just start and you turn on the finals, because you never know what can happen. I mean, the Heat where they came back and tied the series as 3-3, right? Or
No.
or was it
lost in
3-2?
5 games.
Okay.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler was playing like 47 minutes a night. He was gassed.
Yeah, he
on the
was.
court.
He was.
They had to have him on the court to win them.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Bam are two.
Yeah,
Really
Bam had a
good
great year
players.
too. Stinks.
They
I'm
both
a
made
big-
the All-Star team, didn't they?
Yeah,
And
and
there's-
DeAndre Ayton guy and seeing Bam's just way better.
And there was a lot of guys on the
proven like that.
Oh, there was a couple people on the Lakers in the finals that really surprised me, like Rondo.
Deion Waiters.
Playoff
He didn't play.
Rondo.
KCP played really well.
Something about Rondo playing during the playoff
Oh,
time. He dropped
yeah,
like
he
50 points.
he
in
always
that
does
game
good in the
against Heat
playoffs.
A long time ago in the
I know
playoffs.
that picture of him with the woman and her shirt says "F you, LeBron."
Yeah.
And now LeBron just got him a ring.
I remember
It was
when
a flat circle.
LeBron said that he was going to go play for the Heat. I mean, all the hate that he got for that. I mean,
People burned his jerseys.
yeah,
Bad.
that is a little
He
that
used
is
to be a villain and KD used to be a hero. Crazy how that changes.
well hopefully now this year that KD will be back.
I think he's gonna reestablish himself
The
as
snake.
top 5 player in the game.
the snake.
He's
I
so
hope so.
good.
Hopefully they'll
People forget how good he is just because he hasn't played in a while.
yeah, because he would.
He has
I mean,
9 scoring totals.
because when he was playing with the Warriors, they are going to be good next year. I was watching something on
Top 3
ESPN.
pick too.
Yeah, and they were talking about the best teams of next year, and they said that the Warriors are going to be good again. Because it's so weird seeing them being that good, and now they haven't won, and they haven't been in the finals in
2 years.
yeah 2 years, especially when they
no,
went.
no.
No, just 1 year.
1 year. It's just been a year.
Because last year it was
Raptors.
Raptors and Warriors. Okay, but
And
And
KD
then,
and
but the
Clay
Warriors,
got
they
hurt.
lost.
Yeah.
They lost Kawhi. won.
yeah,
And then that offseason.
KD
I
and
think.
Clay were hurt.
Do you guys think? I'm just going back to the Kawhi Raptors thing. Do you think after that season, that he won the championship. Do you think he should have signed a 1-year deal and tried to defend?
I think he made the wrong move trading for Paul George and using all those assets.
I'm not saying
I
he
think
made the wrong
right
move.
No,
to
I
the
think-
Clippers,
I
but
think-
I feel like he should have signed a
I
1
think
year.
they would have been better with Danilo Gallinari, all those picks still, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Landry Shamet, I think. No.
Not Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet. Wait,
Now, the
Dude.
Sixers had him,
that dude's been passed
and they
around.
traded him for Tobias Harris
Something like that.
I think I probably
and Boban.
I think that he should have stayed. I think it would have been. I think he could have started something really big for them if he would have stayed. But
Pascal got really good too.
yeah, but I mean the Raptors. They like I said, I don't keep up with a lot of basketball, but I mean they didn't do that. They didn't do that bad this year, did they?
No, they didn't
No,
do that at all.
they actually did better. They had a better record this year than they did last year with Kawhi Leonard.
You know,
Yeah.
this year and them not having Kawhi.
showed in the playoffs.
Yeah,
It's crazy how
They're a
that.
team with a ton of depth. When you get to the playoffs, you just don't run that many guys out there. You run like 6, 7-man lineups or
the
rotations.
NBA is so
deep
weird.
benches don't really matter
Yeah.
in playoffs.
Did y'all see that?
It's not
The views rate for the finals went down
No, all-time low.
tremendously.
People
All-time
are just
low.
kind of worried with other things right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
understand.
I think there's
because
just a lot of people who can't.
Yeah.
like on a
watch
normal Sunday night game, it was the Seahawks and one other team that was playing on the same night as the finals, and they only had the finals only had 5 million people watching, and the Seahawks game had 15 million people, which usually that's
It's the opposite.
complete opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, because the
Well, usually they wouldn't have to fight for views like that, you know.
well, yeah, and all the stuff that's been going on, and all that stuff, all the stuff that's been going on. I'm not saying that it definitely isn't a big deal, because at some point, you know, it is a big deal, but people just don't really want to hear a lot about that, and they just want to watch the sport.
Yeah.
But you know, that's got nothing to do with all the racial justice and stuff. It's got nothing to do with all that. But in terms of like keeping, you know, your audience intact, you know, I would stay away from that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
obviously, you know, they've done enough. But it's whatever. Let's see what we're looking at.
How long have we been gone?
40 minutes.
Oh damn.
I don't know what else. I mean, we can call it right now if you want to. It's 40. I mean, that's longer than last week.
The last one was what, 36?
30.
Actually, it feels like it's
32.
been 5 minutes.
It
Yeah,
was
honestly, it
30.
really does feel.
It was 30. It was 34 minutes, I think. I've covered pretty much everything that I need to cover.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing else I can think of.
Maybe.
Unless you got something.
We have some weird stuff that we would probably jam about, but probably best if we don't say any of it.
Perhaps for a different time.
Yeah, we can get to like the Dagestan, where it could be from.
Yeah, Dagestan, Russia.
Dagestan.
You know, that I need to go there
Yeah.
to like go train, go swim in some really cold
Train.
water.
Yeah, there's
just like 6 months of like hibernation.
I would do
Just
that.
become the
I would
best
do
fighter
that.
ever.
There's videos of him when he was
Hibernation.
6 years old. There's videos of him when he was 6 years old and he was wrestling a bear.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
working on his ground game on a live bear with no muzzle
And
on.
like people like mess with you and be like, "Yeah, dude, I can wrestle a bear." Like if you can actually say,
crazy.
"Hey, man, I've actually wrestled a bear," when he was 6 years old. I mean, what were you doing when you were 6 years old?
Trying to learn how to ride a bike, and eating Lunchables and like playing with Legos and breaking.
When
things.
that's what every
Feels like
six
all the wrong places.
that's what every 6-year-old was doing. Not
Not
for
fighting bears.
not wrestling bears.
SpongeBob, dude.
Oh yeah,
Probably enjoying some of that.
best show ever.
I watched SpongeBob a good bit.
I love SpongeBob.
That's
But
a
I
hard
think-
take, maybe.
Now
the
the
kids that grew up watching SpongeBob always have like the weirdest humor. And it's the ones whose
But
parents,
it's-
like,
but
didn't
it's a
like
good-
them.
it's a
They're,
good
like, the really
character
dry
trait.
kids.
Shows like SpongeBob develop character traits. It's like divorced parents.
Really positive.
what did you say? What are you talking
Character
about?
traits.
Oh,
Yeah, like you know, like it's
It's
like
all positive.
most of it, I would say.
I
Some
love
of it is
SpongeBob.
some of it is like slight. How do I put this nicely? Oddness. There are-
Quirky, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
as you get when you get older and you see that stuff, you notice a lot of things that they said in the show that you would never pick up when you were a kid,
Yeah.
and now it's you're like, wow, I can't believe they actually would say that stuff, or you know, hint at something that's like an adult joke or something like
Yeah.
that nobody would pick up on.
Oh yeah, I would never
Seeing
understand
that stuff is crazy.
Yeah,
Think about
it
like
is
how
funny.
you never picked up on it.
It's really funny.
It's weird rewatching it. Like one day I was, it was a couple weeks ago. I was figuring out I couldn't find anything to watch, and I was like, I went to Amazon Prime and I saw that SpongeBob was on there, and I was like, okay.
Oh,
And when
I watched the whole thing on Prime Video.
Actually, wow.
every single episode,
Every episode. I like Band Geeks. Y'all know that one?
yes,
Yeah,
that one's
Okay,
awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one's good. I was gonna say I like the one where they go into the future. The one where they go to the future is good.
And when it goes to like Primal SpongeBob,
Yeah.
that meme?
It's like caveman.
Caveman
Yeah,
SpongeBob,
yeah.
Patrick, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and
Those
there's
pictures crack me up.
Yeah.
More than, like,
there's,
the shit.
great.
there's some stuff that goes on in that show that I just can't really tell what's going on.
Yeah, there's some things that happen I just can't wrap my head around.
Dude, Squilly and Fancy Son might be one of my favorite characters.
Of all
Oh,
time,
cartoons.
facts.
It was just
Oh, and Fred. You know,
That's from Scooby Doo.
no, not Fred from Scooby Doo. I'm talking about Fred from or no, is it Fred or is it Bob?
What are you
from
talking
SpongeBob?
about?
You know, like that one fish who just always
the My
stood
Leg
there.
guy.
Yeah, my leg.
my
guy.
leg.
So it's like Fred or Bob or something, but that guy, I like the my leg guy. He would just like randomly show up and scream about his leg and then leave. He'd have his 5 seconds of glory.
I
The
love.
top 5 idol.
Oh, and the pirate guy at the beginning.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
I
him
don't,
and Michael
did
Cera.
did they even give him a name?
Pedestal.
What was did they ever give him a name? The guy in the beginning.
Yeah, no, they did.
I don't remember what it is though.
Patchy the Pirate?
Patchy, yeah, Patchy the pirate.
Oh, I thought that was the guy who, the live action guy when they would do some live action
Oh,
stuff. I loved watching the first.
Yeah, dude, that show did get weird.
It did, but I liked the first movie, the first SpongeBob movie.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the
That was
first SpongeBob movie.
that
is
was
a
the
good one.
best one. With David
Yeah,
Hasselhoff.
they ride on David Hasselhoff.
And
So
what was
good.
what was the guy's name? Like the bad guy with
King
the
Neptune?
no the guy the one that wore the glasses and the cowboy hat
Oh, I know who you're
and the
talking about.
bandana.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know if that character was ever given a name though.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I thought I saw it on a TikTok the other day.
I'm bad on the TikTok.
And I am too.
I get
I
on
am
way
too.
too
I
I
still
get.
haven't downloaded that.
Are you
app yet.
serious?
That's actually really surprising to
No
me.
way.
You really haven't downloaded it yet?
I don't have that or the Among Us game. I don't have Among
either.
Us.
I have
either.
Among Us, but I never really played it that
Mm.
much.
Yeah.
It's
I play a lot of GameCube.
GameCube.
Yeah,
I
man,
really-
I'll run it back. Dude,
honestly,
Melee,
like
Madden 08.
The 3 apps that like I rotationally use on my phone the most are probably Fantasy, Spotify, and Twitter. Like those are my 3 apps.
I
that
get on
use the
Twitter. I
most.
get on Twitter a
TikTok
good
probably
bit.
cracks my top 3. Not that I'm proud of it.
No,
It
it's
is what it
definitely one
is,
of
yeah.
my top 3s as well, and I'm not proud of it either. There's a thing in the app where you can see like how many TikToks that you've watched,
Are
or
you serious?
and mine was like
Oh,
in
that'd
the
be so disappointing.
mine was in the millions, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
I gotta go check. Dude, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
mine was in. It's like
It's
Clear
huge
Cache.
right
I think that's what it's called.
Clear Cache?
Yeah, or like if you go to settings and
Yeah,
scroll
I've
down
seen that
and
before, for
how
sure.
have you never downloaded TikTok?
Oh
That's
shit, I actually just cleared it.
you did.
It was 100 million.
100 million. Yeah, let's see. Like it's how
Wait,
have
did
you?
I just reset my For You page?
No,
I
no,
really
no,
don't know it.
How have
likes
you
are still
not?
there.
How have you not downloaded TikTok yet?
Yeah, you and I think Benner.
Yeah, me and Ben are the only 2 who
Then
don't
again,
have
Benner
it.
just like
But the thing about it is that
that's just not him.
I remember people started talking about it, and I was like, "This thing's gonna blow up in like a month. Like in a month, this will be the #1
Dude,
app."
we were making TikToks in like.
No, we weren't making TikToks.
2018.
We were using other apps.
Probably like
no, I
music,
remember we used to make them during lunch. I'd post them on my account, but like you were
Yeah.
in them. And we
Musically?
posted that way back in the day.
like musically. That's kind of like
No, it was TikTok, but yeah, musically it's pretty much the same thing. I don't really know much about that.
how long has TikTok been around?
Like 3 years, I think.
And now it's just now starting to get
I think last year.
a lot of exposure.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
last year,
That was like I think that was like the YouTube.
And it's not.
phase
It's
then.
still getting bigger.
YouTube. People liked watching YouTube a lot.
I still do. I
watch
still
YouTube.
I still watch a lot of it.
I've been on YouTube less recently. But I'm still on it a good bit.
I watch Duke the Killer.
Oh, We used to watch him all the time back in the day.
Duke the Killer was just this random dude who
He
just
lived
had
in like the hood.
really big dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Was constantly moving living areas.
Goodwill shirts. He had an Ole Miss shirt once.
Yeah, he wore an Ole Miss shirt one time in one of his videos. This is some random dude who lives in New York.
What's this guy's name?
His name is
the Killer.
Duke the Killer.
Austin Carter, I think.
Justin Carter. Yeah, that'd be just one N and then Carts 3 R.
You should probably just look up Duke the Killer. You'll find some stuff. Dude, he was really funny.
Whoa, is it?
And he didn't care at all. He talked about how much he hated making videos, but he only did it for the money.
Yeah.
It was still hilarious.
Does he not? Does he not do YouTube anymore?
No, he quit.
He just quit.
Does he not? Does he not have a channel anymore?
No,
Like, did he delete his channel?
It, and then he came back for a little bit. Then he deleted that channel.
He's such a coward.
He had like 1 million subscribers too.
What happened? He just quit all of a sudden.
Just didn't want to do it anymore. One of his last videos was like a vlog of him walking through his house, and he just like doesn't have a door.
Yeah.
He didn't have a door.
Yeah, no door and like some very, very angry Chinese man next door. Or maybe they lived in the same room. I don't know. Poor living conditions overall.
This
Terrible place to have a YouTube channel.
I looked up Duke the Killer and I found this page that posts all his old videos that he deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Duke the Killer Archives?
Yeah, well, it's called Fleek Squad DZ.
Mm.
That tells you everything about Duke the Killer.
Fleek Squad.
Fleek Squad.
All right, so I'm about to do the outro, which I'll just be like, "Thank y'all for coming on," and I'll be like, "Bye, everyone." And that's
Shout out to my mom.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out also.
All right, yeah, I'll do that. All right, guys, it's coming down to the end. So is there anything else y'all want to say before we head out of here?
I want to say shout out to my mom, Kate Varner. She's gonna be watching this from home. She said she wanted to make sure I didn't get too weird. I hope I didn't.
I think it was fine.
Love you, Mama.
I think it was fine.
I'm going to shout out DK Metcalf for winning me my
Nice.
fantasy game tonight. 2 touchdowns. That was big time.
Nice.
You won.
Seattle. Russ 3-4
Oh,
TDs.
sweet.
Good night.
All right, we'll see you next time, everybody.
Peace.